Mr President, I too would like to congratulate Mrs Ţicău, who has really worked with tremendous dedication on this dossier. We've had a big delay because of the legal adjustments that were necessary because of the Lisbon Treaty, and that's meant there's been a lot more CO2 emitted than would have been if we'd been able to do this sooner. In the long gestation that this has taken, it's easy to forget that some of the things in this recast were actually considered quite radical when they were first raised. In particular, the dropping of the 1,000-metre threshold, which was proposed initially by the Parliament in its report on the Energy Efficiency Action Plan, and also the step of bringing in nearly zero energy buildings by 2021. Unfortunately, this new requirement for new buildings won't help us with the 2020 targets, especially because increasingly we realise that we need to be looking at least 30% greenhouse gas emission reduction. And to have any effect on meeting our climate change targets, it's existing buildings that we need to concentrate on and the energy efficiency requirements there. I would suggest three key actions that we do need to see in place if we are going to realise the potential for energy saving in existing buildings. First, it's very important that the Commission comes forward with a robust cost-optimal methodology for renovation. The timetable is quite tight, but necessarily so because so much time has already been wasted. And it's going to be 2014 before the cost-optimal methodology will apply. Second, all Member States need to consider adopting national annual targets for improving a certain percentage of their existing buildings. And if we had a European binding target on energy efficiency, I'm sure that we would see that kind of action being taken in Member States very quickly, because they would realise that one of the easiest ways to achieve an energy efficiency target is by systematically upgrading their existing buildings. And thirdly, and vitally, Member States need to put in place upfront funding for energy efficiency improvements. Despite all the work of the rapporteur and the shadows' best efforts, we didn't get as far on this in the recast as we would have wished from the Parliament's point of view. And therefore it's particularly important that we get money now for energy efficiency into the economic recovery programme, and I hope the Commission will not delay with its proposal on this. And finally, I would ask the Commission, given the comments made in the State of Play document about the weakness of implementation of energy efficiency legislation in the past, whether the Commission can ensure that this directive is implemented fully and on time. Thank you.